Hey guys, it's Mike. I just thought I'd make a little tutorial on how to solve 3x3 Rubik's Cube using only 4 algorithms. I don't think I've seen anything like that. It's not the beginner's method. It's not. I would say it's like a beginner slash intermediate method. If you don't want to memorize a bunch of algorithms, you can do it only knowing 4. It's basically, solve the cross, F2L, first 2 layers, and then OLL and PLL, just like normal, except only using 4 algorithms. So, I guess before we start, we'll go over notation. R is a right turn clockwise as if you were looking at it. So R, R prime, U, U prime, F, F prime, L, L prime, B, or back, back prime, and down, down prime. So yeah, if it's prime, it's a counterclockwise turn if you were looking at the face, and if it's just a normal like R, it's clockwise if you were looking at it. Okay, so let's scramble this up and we'll start with solving the cross. By the way, this is a Diane Guhong cube, stickerless. I took the torpedoes out. I didn't really like it. It kind of makes the cube clicky, and yes, now the cube has the potential to pop easier, but it's still fine. I haven't had it pop on me really. I'm not too aggressive with the cube, but okay, so here we go. We have a scramble. So the first thing we're going to do is solve our cross, and I like to use the white side, so that's what we're going to go over in the video. There's no algorithms per se. It's all intuitive. Basically, you're just trying to get all these white edges, 4 of them, on the bottom, lined up here, and then matched up with their corresponding color. So this green and white one needs to go right here between green and white, and it needs to be the right way. This obviously isn't the right way. So the way I like to think of it is you can use the top layer, pretty much half of the solve, as like a junk layer. So you can throw this up into the junk layer, and then you can match it up with your color. Now if it was the other way, like this, you would have to obviously put it to the side and match it up this way, and then turn it to the bottom to match here. So that's how you get one of your colors in. Now you want to keep in mind that anytime you move this piece now, you want to move it back. So if you turn this to, like if this was orange, to match this up, you want to turn it into place and then move this one back so that you don't mess up what you've already done. Since that's not orange, let's pick a different color. Here's red, red and white. So the easiest way to do this one is just to turn it to the red face and turn it down so the white matches up on the bottom. So now you have 2 matched up. If you have a case like this where it's on the bottom but not in the right place, like it needs to move over here, what you can do is you can kind of turn it out of the way, move the bottom. Well, you know what, let's not overcomplicate it. Just turn it up into the junk pile on the top, the junk face. Move it to where it needs to go with the blue, and then you can turn it down to match up again. So there's 3. The last one's right here. Let's just turn that one to the top, move it to the side so that we can match it up like this. But remember, when you match this piece up with here, it's going to move your green one out of alignment. So you want to make sure that you move this one into place, turn this one back. So now you have your cross with all the corresponding colors. It takes a little practice, but like I said, it's completely intuitive. You just have to manipulate it and make sure you're moving pieces back when you move them out of the way. Okay, let's get into F2L. There's 3 cases that you can come across with F2L. Well, first let me explain what F2L is. It's basically pairing up 2 colors and dropping them, oh, why am I out of focus? There we go. And dropping them both into place, like right here would be red, blue, white. Dropping them both in at the same time. This method, I think, there's the beginner's method where you drop the corners in and then you drop these edges in. I think it's better to learn F2L because it's not that much different. I mean, let me give you an example. So I just move. Here's one of the cases. Sorry, you don't need to know what I just did, but one of the cases is white on top and then any color. So this is the orange, blue, and orange, blue. So if you have this case where it's white on top and then a color, all you do is you turn this to match up to whatever color's on the side, like this. And then you want to turn it away from this color. So that's right here, you want to turn it away from that. So like this. Move the white piece over top, and that matches up your pair, and then bring it back to the top. And then what you want to do when you have a 2x2 or 1x2 bar like this, you want to match it up on the face, like this color on the top. You want to match it with the center face. So pretty much you don't want to match this side up, you want to match the top color, because these two are going to go right here. So we can call this junk right here. You want to turn this junk out of the way, turn the top and move them into position, and then move it down. So that's how you get one in there. So here's another case right here. White, green, red, and then green, red, and it's the same color on top. Now what you do when it's the same color is you're basically just going to move this piece out of the way, bring this one around from the back to the front, and then bring it up to match it. But you want to make sure that you're not going to mess up anything you've done before. So when you get to a case like this, you want to make sure that back here is a junk pile. It's just, you're not going to mess anything up, because when you turn it down off the top face, you're going to be moving this up. You don't want to move this solved piece up, because that's going to mess it up. So you want to make sure that back here is junk. So you're going to turn this down, bring this piece to the front so that when you bring this up, it'll match. Now you just do the same thing as before. Go to the face that's on the top, so red and red, and then it's going to go here. So you bring this up, move these pieces where these pieces are, and bring it down. So there's 2 solved now. Oh, look at that. So this one's already solved. This just needs to go in, and look at that, it's even in the right place. So we'll just bring this up, move this over, and bring it down. Now for the last case, I'm going to make sure that we can actually go through all the cases. So let me see. Okay, sorry, that took a little while. Alright, so the last case, we had white on top and a color, and then both the same color. Now this is the last case where it's opposite colors on top. Now what you want to do when you have a case like this is you want to line it up so that you can turn it back to match up like that. If this piece is over here, like this, obviously it's not going to match. So you want to get it so that when you turn it back, it's going to match up. Now remember, you want to have a junk pile back behind it so that when you turn this face out of the way, you can move this one over and turn it back without messing up anything that you've already done. Now, when you get it lined up like this to where if you turn it back, it matches up, easiest way to do it is to turn the front color to the same face like this, so that when you turn this back, it matches up. Now, with this still turned, you can turn it over to match like this and down. So let me show you that again. You turn it like back to match it up, rotate it into position, and drop it down. And that's your first 2 layers solved. Looks like we're at 10 minutes. I might need to split this into 2, but we'll see. Okay, anyways, now we get to OLL. And OLL is just making all of this yellow, basically. It's orienting the last layer. So there are many algorithms for different patterns that can be on here, but the way that I'm gonna teach you is just with 4 algorithms. So here's where the first algorithm comes in. You could have any number of patterns on the top, but what is constant is it's either just the yellow piece in the center, this little L, you could have 1 full bar of yellow, or you can have a cross, and what you're trying to get to is a cross. So depending on what you have, this is the L, you want to put it kind of in the top left, and you want to do this algorithm: F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. So now you can see that we have the bar. Now we just need to do it again with the bar face. We have the bar across like this, and what you're going to do is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And that'll get us to where we have a cross. Now, that was the first algorithm. The second algorithm is what's known as Sune. Sune looks like this, where it kind of looks like a fish pointing down to the left, and you would have the same color that you're working with right here. Let me see if I can get to that. Okay, here it is. So facing down to the left with one of the yellow ones facing forward. So this is what Sune looks like. But the algorithm that you use is Sune, and you can use it over and over and over until you reach this case, and then when you do Sune, it'll solve the top. Now let's go over what it is. The move's very simple. You go R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now, you can get, like I said, a number of different cases. I believe there's actually 6 different cases, but if you keep doing that algorithm, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, you'll end up with Sune. Now you get it in this position and do it again. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And there you go. So once you get the F2L, you work to get your cross on the top, and then you just do Sune over and over until you get it solved. Now, the last 2 is basically a corner rotation and an edge rotation. The last 2 algorithms. So, what you want to look for first off are 2 matching pieces like this. Call them headlights. You want to put those in the back, and then we're going to do this next algorithm, which is a little bit different. It's a small L prime, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R prime, D2, R2. Now what that's done is it rotated the corners, and you can see that they're all in the correct orientation now. The last thing is to do a center cycle, edge cycle, sorry. Now there's 2 directions you can do it, but if you do it one direction twice, it's the same as doing it the other direction. So sticking with the 4 algorithms, we are going to do the clockwise switch. So it looks like this. R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. And there you go. You have it solved. Now, if you had to go the other way, you would just do the same algorithm again. So R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. And you can see we're still at a rotation. So you just keep doing it until these are solved. And the same goes with the corners. You just do the algorithm until you find like headlights, and then you put those in the back and you do it, and you should get all your corners solved. So again, R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. And then one more time, we'll solve the cube. R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R prime. And there you go. So that's it. That's basically the tutorial. I'll add the algorithms down in the description below, and I hope I helped you guys out. Thanks.